Hey everybody, Chief Meteorologist Brad Petovich here with an update on your Father's Day forecast. First of all, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Enjoy the weather today because we've got some big changes heading this way this week, and it's all because of this low pressure system to the west. Now, it's not so much at the surface that we're worried about. This is what we call an upper level low or a cutoff low eventually. It's going to get detached from the jet stream, and this low is going to shift to the east and probably stall somewhere in this vicinity. Now, where it exactly stalls, that's the million-dollar question. The thing about forecasting slow or stationary or weak systems is to calculate a forecast, you need some forward speed. You need a number to calculate the forecast. If you don't have that, if it's zero, then it makes it difficult to forecast. That's why slow-moving stationary objects are hard to forecast. Think about your GPS. If your car isn't moving, it's hard to calculate how long it's going to take you to get somewhere, right? You need some forward speed for the GPS to calculate it. Same thing for meteorology. We need to know some forward speed to calculate this thing. So it's going to push to the east and eventually stall. But today it's absolutely beautiful. No worries today. It's going to be tonight that we see that potential for some showers and storms rolling in that could linger into next week. So let's take a look at a couple of products. All right, let's get right into Futurecast. So what's going to happen, this upper low is going to be pushing to the east. As we get into tonight, into tomorrow morning, this is 5 a.m. Monday, you can see it looks like a cluster of showers and storms heading in from the west. So by the time we get into Monday afternoon, we're likely going to see some showers or thunderstorms. So rain is on the way for Monday. Notice the low back here over Nashville. As we go through time, this is going to be basically through tomorrow, which is the 19th, through the evening, scattered showers. Let's go into Tuesday. The low is still kind of meandering over Tennessee, which means the flow around low pressure, remember, is clockwise. So we're picking up moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. We're also picking up moisture from the Atlantic. High pressure to our northeast, it's up here off the screen, is bringing in moisture as well. So all of this means a lot of moisture moving into the Carolinas Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I'm just going to go through Friday. It's a wet week. That's a pretty tough setup for rain. Now, will it rain the whole time? Probably not, but it's going to come at us in waves, and it's probably something I definitely would be keeping an eye on. So let's look at the potential for flash flooding this week. So this chart, we're going to show you the probabilities of seeing flash flooding. Again, low is green, medium is going to be yellow, red would be high, and then extreme would be pink. So this is today, obviously no issues. Tomorrow, notice the Carolinas were in that area of orange. That's a medium risk for flash flooding on Monday. On Tuesday, you could see we're in the yellow again, 10 to 15% chance. So you get the idea. The probability of seeing flash flooding is increasing because of the duration of all of this moisture over. So, but let's look at the rainfall. So this is through day 3. Let's go through just day 5, which is 120 hours. So this is the rainfall forecast. And yeah, that's some significant rainfall. If you look at these areas, let's see if I can actually interact with these. But these areas back into the mountains here, this cluster right here, this is in the 4 to 7 inch range. And across the Piedmont, you're basically getting in the 3 to 5 inch range over the next 5 days. That's some significant rainfall. Let me show you a different look at this with some numbers on it. So here's a quick look at the 7-day rainfall forecast. You can see some of these areas in the mountains, 7, 8, maybe 10 inches of rain, certainly off the charts kind of rainfall. And then across the Piedmont, 4 to 5 inches over the next 7 days. So this is a significant setup for heavy rain across the Piedmont into the mountains and foothills. So just a heads up, this is a very soggy week ahead. Now, before I leave you, I did want to quickly focus briefly on our tropical disturbance way out in the Atlantic. In fact, let me go back to this and I'll kind of show you where this system is. So this system is way out there, like in the 8 to 15 day time frame. It is out here. It hasn't even formed yet. It's just a tropical wave that we're keeping an eye on. It's probably going to develop. There's a 90% chance development in the next 5 to 7 days, 80% in the next 2 days. But this is the 7-day potential. It could be somewhere here, out here in 7 days. That's a week from now. That's nowhere near the United States. So that means it's probably another week, 5 to 7 days before it would even have any chance. And that's big ifs. We don't know where it's going right now or how strong it's going to get. So don't get overly concerned with the system. This is what it looks like right now. It is puny. Does not look like it's doing a whole lot. Intensity forecasts do have it ramping up to a tropical storm. Some have it up to a Cat 3, but there are some guidance down in tropical storm strength. Now, why is that? I'm going to show you some ensemble data. I'm going to move my head out of the way. there's two trains of thought in the guidance right now. One is a track that continues west, south of the Big Islands. That track is actually a weaker track, means it would be a weaker system. But there's a cluster heading up with recurvature into the Atlantic. This would be a much stronger system, but it would be offshore. This is more likely going to recurve. And I'll show you a different perspective on this. If you look at some of the GFS modeling, the brighter colors are essentially stronger storms. Notice the recurvature path, the storm is stronger, maybe a Cat 3. The southern branch of these tracks is a weaker system. So all in all, this is not something to be overly concerned about right now. And it's certainly no guarantee at all it even affects the United States. And we don't know where it's going to go or how strong it's going to be. It's just kind of the wait and see mode. This is in the monitor stage, I like to say. We need to pay attention to this, but don't freak out. Don't change plans. Don't listen to some of the crazy social media stuff. It's still far out there. It's something to keep an eye on. The water's very warm out there. It is conducive for strengthening, but we don't even know if it's going to stay this strong or where it's going to go. I mean, this is 2 weeks away from any possible impact, if at all. So just pay attention to it. But all in all, the rain this week is a much more immediate, serious threat than this thing could ever be. So just keep an eye on it. I'll keep you updated, but we'll focus on the rain and have a great Father's Day.